Hello guys. So before we start the class, just make sure that you can see me and hear me clearly. Just raise your hands. So it will be easy for me to start the class. So just raise your hands if you can see me and hear me. Okay, right? So let's dig into the lessons. So today is one of the important class you are going to have throughout this workshop. Today is the most important day. So today you are going to learn every single theory. So you can raise your hands down. So we have today we are going to get into the practicals of HTML. So today we are going to get into the practicals of HTML. So this is the part they are going to test in your exam. So they are going to test a practical part in your exams. Okay. So I'll share. Okay, let me share the screen now. Give me a second. So I guess you can see the cube now. So this is the lesson we are going to start today. It's HTML. So we have already, so it's web design using multimedia. It's grade 11, unit 5. So we are doing it in full and full English medium. So we already have done a small part. So we have completed the theory parts, which is the base of the lesson. So we have done the background. So we have already done the background. So now we have to get deep into the lesson. So at the end of the last class, I talked about some softwares. That means not just softwares, those are HTML editors. So this is what we discussed at the last. So this is what we discussed at last. So today we are going to continue from that part onwards. So I said you, so it is better for you guys to have a device with you today. If you wish, you can have device. If there's no device, no problem. So however, I am going to do it. So if you have a device, so that's a plus point for you guys. So you can do the practical as well. So for HTML, so this is a markup language. We discussed what a markup language is in the last session. So you to get into this lesson, for you to understand this lesson, it's not that easy. It's not that easy on the first attempt. On the first attempt, it's a bit hard because this is just uh, even professional people, professional web developers use this HTML to design the web pages. So you know what web pages are. So even professional web developers use HTML editors like this. So you are going to learn a professional course today. So you are going to learn a professional lesson. So it's not that easy, not that hard. So we will make that easy. So that's our class. So ICT made easy. So another thing is, so we have our YouTube channel as well. So that is where you can get the recordings of the free workshop. So if you have missed the classes, so what you just need to do is contact admin. So I guess you know the number. If you don't know, you can just uh, take a screenshot of it. So I'll give his number. So you can request for the first recording from him. So other than that, so we have our YouTube channel as well. So make sure to subscribe that. That's all. So let's get into the lesson. Okay. So okay. So we'll start the lesson. So now I'll open direct HTML for you. So how can you start HTML? How can you start HTML? So we learned about that in the last class. So how to start that. So this is my desktop. So this is the graphical user interface. You have to have learned that in grade 10. So this is the graphical user interface. So now I'm going to open any text editor. So I have two choices. I can go with Notepad, which is already installed, which is a default software in your, it's a default text editor in your desktop. So, or else I can go to a third party app like Sublime. So here is Sublime. So I will turn on my spotlight so you can go through that. So this is Sublime. So this is Sublime. Can you see this? The top right corner, not the right corner. So this is Sublime. This is also a text editor. So I'm going to use that. So you don't need to install Sublime. So if you want, you can install. It's better. So or else you can continue with Notepad itself. So last class we did the basics, how to open a Sublime, how to open Sublime. We did those. So if you don't have a screen, if you didn't watch the recording, I'll start from the base. So I have a shortcut here in the desktop. So I can double click it to open. So otherwise, what I need to do is, so I can press the Windows key in my keyboard and I can search for Notepad. So if you don't have Sublime, you can go for Notepad. N-O-T-P-A-D. So that's Notepad. So this is the Notepad app. So you can open this. So you can do the same thing with Notepad, just like in Sublime, but the difference is, so you don't get that ease. So Sublime is easy. So that's all. Okay. So let's get into the lesson. So this is one of the most important lessons you are going to learn, because the reason for that is, so I'll open a new one, new file. So the reason for that is, why am I saying this one of the important lessons is, so you are going to get solid 10 marks. You are going to get solid 10 marks from the O-level paper. So after we finish this class, so in our final workshop, we will be doing papers as well. So if you are 100% attention into this, so ultimately you will get a 10 on 10. So I can guarantee that. So yeah, grade 11 students now. So yeah, about to face your O levels in a short time. So I guess, so we'll estimate that to 3 to 4 months. So that's not still fixed. So we'll estimate. So our ultimate target is going to be December. So within December, we will try to cover up the. So in September, we are starting our revision class. So I'll take a minute to explain about our revision class. So around watching the last sessions, recordings, and the live students. So around, I guess, 4 to 5 students have joined the classes. So I wish you guys too did this, do the same thing, because so everything you need now, this last moment is revision. So that's why we have named it the O-level revision class, or else the grade 11 revision class. So you can just boost up your result. So if you are in a C level, you can boost it up to A or B according to how much effort you put. So if you are in A, so what you need is just revision to keep that standard. So that's what we are going to do throughout the class. So we are going to do it with the papers. So we are going to do it with the papers. So one more benefit you get in our class is, so for the grade 11 students, grade 10 is free. So I said you already, there were 5 students who joined from the last workshop. So all the 5 students were around 3 to 4 students were joining the last theory class, grade 10 theory class. They joined the last grade 10 theory class where we did database, which is also one of the most important lessons. So that is also going to give you around 10 marks in your levels. I guess 10 or 20. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. So this is how you get. This is the interface you get. Okay. This is the interface you get. So before starting, what we need to do is we need to save this, right? So when you open Sublime, this is the interface you get. So you won't get 3 of these. What you will get is, you'll get something like United like this. So in Notepad, what you will get is something saved. Okay. So in Notepad and as well as in Sublime, there's no that different. Okay. So you can just go through and you can find out everything. It's easy. So we'll first of all we'll save this. Okay, we'll save. So CTRL S is saved. So you can use text or you can use this. So now I'm going to save this in the desktop. So I'm going to save this in the name. So website. So what am I going to save it? Website. So this is what I'm going to save. Okay, I'm going to save this. So now can you see that? So first of all, it was United. Now it's changed to website. So when I keep my cursor near it, so I can see user, admin, desktop, and website. So I can see the path as well. So next is we are going to start the body. So not the body. So we are going to do the HTML structure. So that's we are going to do. We are going to do the HTML structure. For that, what I'm going to do is, I am going to shift to the PDF file first of all. I'll go to the PDF. So you can see that. Give me a second. So this is the PDF. So we are going to the structure now. So this is the HTML structure. Let me show. So this is the structure. This is the HTML web page structure. So we'll go one by one. So first of all, we are starting with a head. So we are starting with the tag HTML. So that is the starting tag. The starting tag is HTML. Okay. So the next tag is going to be head, and the closing tag for head is head with a slash on it. So next one is body. So we are opening body, we are closing body. Next is we have the closing tag of HTML. So this is the simple structure. Can you see on the right? So the one you see on the right is the simple structure. So nowadays, so in your syllabus, we are using HTML. Okay, what we are using is HTML. But the latest version, one of the latest version is HTML5. So that we start with this term, doc type HTML. Can you see this term here? Can you see this term? Doc type HTML. We are starting that with doc type HTML. That tells the version of HTML. So if we have a doubt whether we start with HTML and doc type HTML, so we can use both. There's no difference. There's no observable difference. So there's the difference. So web developers, for that, they are standard, they need that difference. For you guys, it's almost the same. So we are learning only the basics. Okay. So next is the HTML root element. This is the HTML. So next we use the head. Next the title. So we close the head. So within the head only we have the title. So that's the page title. So I'll show you one by one. Next we are having the body. We are closing the body. We are closing HTML. That's it. That's the structure. So we are going to get type down that structure. What we are going to do is we're going to type down that structure. So first of all, we are starting HTML. Next, what we are going to do is, so in Sublime, what you can do is, if you type HTML and you press the tab key, what happens is, ultimately you will get the structure, whole structure. Okay. So I'll show you. So this is how you get that. So HTML, and now I press the tab. Did you get that structure? Can you see this? Can you see this structure? Now I'm just you can use this structure. So this is the structure of HTML. So this is the structure. These are the benefits you get in Sublime. So in Notepad, can you get that? No, you can't get that. So in Sublime, if after you save a document, if you press HTML and if you type HTML and you press your tag key, this will work out. So this is the basic structure. Now we are going to get into this step by step. Okay. So we are going to do everything step by step. So you no need to make notes in this because we are going to get the practical scenario. So we are going to do the practicals. So what I need you is to focus. So you will not get this correct just on the first try itself maybe. So that's nature. So we can't learn everything easy. So this is a bit hard lesson. So we'll do it step by step. So we'll start with ICT made easy. So this is the topic title. So we are going to have the title ICT made easy. So this is our title. What is the title? ICT made easy. So that's the title. So that comes within the head. Okay, that comes within the head. So next, we are going to learn some tags. What are we going to do? We are going to learn some tags. So we'll go throughout the tags you have one by one. Okay, so I'm going to the here. We are going to the tags one by one. So basic structure of HTML. So this is the structure: head HTML, head, body HTML. So there are two parts. One is head, contains metadata and title, contains web page content. Is the body. So metadata is some data that you can't see. So that is this thing forming the structure of HTML. So you can't see that. So a user can't see those metadata. Okay. So what I need to you guys to do is just write down this part. Write down this part. So while writing down, so write it down fast. So put the heading basic structure of HTML and start writing down. Okay. Put this heading and write down every single thing. Okay, so while writing down, I need to say something regarding our revision class. So there are students who are in our revision class. There are students who are new as well. So for you guys, so we have ordered a touchpad. So that will come soon. So so that is to make you guys give the physical feeling. So we are going to get connected with the physical feeling. Although this is an online class, we are going to get that physical feeling. So I'm going to use that in a whiteboard. So we will use that because we are doing papers, right? So if I do that in a whiteboard, a physical whiteboard, what happens is the paper is online and the class is done through a physical whiteboard. That's a bit hard. So if everything is virtual, so you can get connected easy. So for that also we have incurred a huge cost. So just everything is done for you guys. So just try to give your full focus. So what matters was is your result. So your ultimate result is going to be so that's going to give you some so that's what you have collected in the whole schooling life. So the final result is going to be your output of your 11 year, your last 11 years. So it's in your hand whether you are going to get a good result or not. So even now, if you start giving your 100% focus to your O levels, so I can say if you are giving your 100% focus, you can reach the 9A target. So O level is not that hard with the syllabus. So you have small syllabuses. So you can go to that. So you must start putting a 100% focus. That's all we need. Okay. So if you have finished writing down, just raise your hands. So we'll go to the practical part soon. So I just need you to write down. So write it down. So HTML. So I'll talk about HTML. So I'll give you a small revision of what we learned last week. So we learned that HTML is a markup language. You know what a markup language is now. So another thing is HTML is not case sensitive. What is that? Case sensitive means. So here you can see HTML the under tags. You can see the HTML tag, right? So I'll highlight it in a different color. So can you see this HTML tag? So it's written in simple letters. So even though I write it in capital letters, there's not going to be any change. So write it down fast. I guess once you don't have finished writing. So make it fast. So if I write this HTML in capital letters, there's going no change going to happen. Okay. So that is also another feature of HTML. Another thing is, so most of the HTML tags has a opening and starting. So just get into this head. So header tag. So this tag is having a starting and an ending as well. So there are two things. So this has starting and ending. So even the HTML tag has a starting and ending. So likewise, there are some things. So write it down fast. I guess. Please. So make it fast. So if you miss the recording, if you miss the notes, what you can do is you can contact the number I gave you. I guess you have screenshots. So if you have any questions regarding the class, so you can use the chat box to have direct contact with us. So let's get into the class. I guess you have finished writing down. So let's get into HTML. So I'm opening Sublime now. So this is the base. So while doing this, so we need to see the output, right? So this is the code. So this is the code. Everything here are codes. So the codes have outputs. So you are not typing it in vain. Okay, the codes have outputs. So the output is going to be a web page. That's the ultimate output. So in the end of this lesson, you should be a beginner to a web page creator. At least you need to know the basics. Okay. So let's get into the lesson. So I have already saved this right in the desktop. So I'm going to open that. Can you see this? I saved this in the desktop. So I'm going to open that. Okay. So I'm going to double click and open. So I can open it with Sublime Text Editor. So this is how it opens. So if I save that, what happens is I'll get the code. Can you see this? I'm opening with the code. So this is what I get. So for me to get the website or the output of this code, what I need to do is I need to save it. So I'm going to press CTRLS, which is going to save that. So I'm going to save as that. Save as that. Save as. Can you see this? CTRL Shift S with website.html. So what does this .html suggest? What does this .html suggest? So this suggests that this is going to be a web page. So I have saved that. So can you see? So this is the website. This is the code. This is the code. This website is going to be the code. So here website.html opened as a Chrome extension. That's going to be working with Chrome. Okay, now I'm going to open that. So it's open now. So I'm going to the code. So I'm going to keep everything side by side. So on the right side, what we are having is the code. On the left side, we are having the output. So you will see that it's a blank page, right? So it's a blank page. So we have done nothing. So one thing you can see is the title. Can you see this here? ICT made easy. Can you see this? ICT made easy. So this is what we gave as the title. So if we didn't give any title, what will happen is, so it will be saved in a name like untitled. Can you see this? Untitled. It will be like untitled. So we have given a name ICT made easy. So it shows ICT made easy. Can you see that? So for any effect that you do on the code to be made, to be implemented on this web page, you need to save them. So whatever I do, I'm going to use CTRL-S and here I'm going to press CTRL-R for reloading the web page. Okay, so we'll get into the basic text. So what are the basic text we are having? So these are the basic tags. Okay. So first are the header tags. These are header tags. Header tags. Tags from H1 to H6 for headings. H1 is the largest and the boldest. So we'll go with H1. So in the body, now I'm going. So I have already made it. So it's easy for me to copy and do it. Or else it will take time to type. So here can you see this? H1. Style, color, everything is here. So everything is already made as a website for you guys. I open this, so I'll open it and show it to you later as well. So H1. So if I press H1, what happens is, can you see? Now what I did is I just pressed H. So it shows head. So if I go bottom H1. So if I enter that, this also advantage you get in what? You get in Sublime. What you get is you get this, you get the opening and closing tag. So if I press something, so I'm going to paste ICT medicine. So I guess you can hear me right now. Okay. So I'm going to paste this. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste this. So now I'm going to save this. I'm going to press CTRL-S. And I'm going to go here and reload the site. Can you see this? ICT made easy. What's the heading? Can you see this? You can see this, right? So see how easy it is. So this is not hard like coding languages like Python, Java, those this and that. So this is easy. Why is this easy? This is a markup language. So this is basically what humans can understand. So Python and those kind of coding languages are bit tough because that's not in our language. That is, although that's in English, so it has a logical side. So this HTML is not so. HTML is just a markup, just a skeletal structure. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste this several times. I'll show you why. So I have pasted it around 7 times, I guess. So I pasted it for 7 times for a reason. Now I'm going to save this CTRL-C. So CTRL-S. I'm going to save that and I'm going to reload. Can you see? I got the same heading 7 times. You can see that, right? I got the same heading 7 times. Now I'm going to change the heading size. So the first one is H1. So the next one is going to be H2. Okay. So the next one is going to be H3. So likewise, I'm going to change. So next one is going to be H6. So I'm going to put H7 as well. I'll tell you. H7 is not going to work on. I'll tell you why. So next, the other side closing text also I'm going to edit. So it's 3, 5, 6, and 7. So can you see this? Okay. So I'm going to save this CTRL-S. So if you don't use CTRL-S, you can go to this file and you can save. Can you see this? So it shows the shortcut, right? CTRL-S. That's easy. So here also you can press this reload or else I'm going to press CTRL-R. Okay. So these both are same. So can you see this? So with the increase of the number, the size started to reduce. So ICT made easy. This is H1. So the H1 is larger. H2 is smaller. H3 is more smaller. Likewise, when it comes to H6, it's very, very small. Extremely small. That's extremely small. But can you see this? ICT made easy, this part. Can you see this? This is H7. So this is H7. So I'll count if you want. So I'll put ticks. So this is going to be H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So what is this? What is this? This is H7. So H7 is a wrong tag. H7 is a wrong tag. H1 to H6 was correct. Those are headers. So H7 is not a tag. H7 is not a tag. So what happens is it is just printed in a way, just as a normal text inputted in the body. So it's included as a normal text. So I'll show you what happens. So follow my spotlight as well. So I'm going to remove this H7 because that's something wrong. Okay. So I need to show you that there's nothing like H7. Okay. So there's nothing called H7. So we did the header tags now. So I guess you got a clear idea about the header tags. Okay. So you can align like this. So that is easy for you to understand. So one more thing you can do is you can use comment lines. What are comment lines? So I'll save this and reload that and show you. So H7 is now not there. Okay. So yeah, that's what I said, I guess. So when the number increases, the size of the letters decreases. Okay, give me a second. Right? So when the number increases, H1 to H6, the sizes decreases. Okay, that's what I said. Oh, I mistaken it or can't remember. So that's how it works. Okay. So next part is comment line. Okay. Next part is comment line. So we are going to learn what a comment line is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open something like this. Okay. And I'm going to add two dash like this. Can you see this? And I'm going to close that as well. So this is what I'm going to do. So not dashes, so underscores. So sorry, I forgot this part. We are going to have this. So give me a second. So so there's a error with this. Okay, right? Can you see that part? If you type this, if you type this, what happens is, so you can see this again. Follow my spotlight. So what I have done is I have written something like this. You can see this. So this is what we call a command line. So what is this? Command line. COM command line. So this is what we call a command line. So what is a command line used for? What is a command line used for? So what happens is when you go into a big code, so the codes we have done here. So just look at this. So this is a huge code. So this is a huge code. So when you look at this, at the first sight itself, you can't come into a conclusion. What are they talking about? What is this? What is that? So you can't come into a conclusion. For you to make it understandable, what I use is comment lines. So it is used by professional people when they make long. So when they make huge HTML codings. So when they come into thousands of codes, when they come into thousands of web pages, what they use is they use command lines. So that's easy for them to understand if they need to update something. So I'll save this and show you what is the specialty of a command line is. So I save this. Okay. So now I am going to save this. I'm going to save CTRL-S. I save this. Now I'm going to reload this one. So nothing happened. So nothing happened. Why is that? So command line is something invisible. So that change is not seen in the website. That change is not seen in the website. So whatever you write in a command line is literally impossible for the user. It's impossible for the user. So not impossible, it's invisible for the user. So it's just visible for you. So I'm going to write down here header tag. So these are the header tags. So these are the header tags. So these are the header tags. Okay. So next, what we are going to learn is, what are we going to learn next? So I'll go to the, so next we have is font. So now we are going to do with some font. Okay. So for that, I'll copy this part itself. So it's easy. So wait. So what I'm going to do is, so this is a font tag. Okay. This is a font tag. So we'll unselect this and I'll copy this one. So I need not to write this. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one. So I'm going to paste this in HTML. So I'm going to paste this. Can you see this? So it was pasted as a text font. Font size equal 5. Face equal verdana. Color is something and something. So I'll show you one by one. What is this? What does this mean? I'll show you everything. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to go to the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this and I'm going to reload. Okay. What did you get? You got the output called Sri Lanka. So that's the output you got. So I'm going to change that output to ICT made easy. ICT made easy. So I'm going to save that. Whatever I do, I need to save it and reload. Then only, so it changed to ICT made easy. So we'll go through this text one by one. What is this? So it starts with a font tag. It ends with a font tag. So it is the ending tag here. You can see that, right? So I've changed that to ICT or else you can't see the font tag. So you can see that. So starting tag, ending tag. Starting tag goes till this part. Can you see that? This is the first starting thing, starting colon. This is the other thing. Okay. So what is this? This is a tag. So what are these parts within this tag? What are these parts within the tag? So if I just copy this and paste this way. So I'm going to paste this. So I'm going to remove the whole part. What I'm going to remove? I'm going to remove the attributes. So can you see? This is the basic tag. Font, open, font, close. CTRL-C. So CTRL-S. I'm going to reload that. Can you see? Next to ICT, I got a small ICT. This is the default way. HTML tags are HTML text. This is the default HTML text. So for me to edit the text, for me to edit the font, what I use is these kind of things: size, face, color. So what are these? So I have used three things: size, face, and color. So what are those things? We learned that, right? Those are, can you see? When I take font, font is the element. These are attributes. Face is an attribute. Color is an attribute. So inside the face, I can go with Calibri body. So I can go with Arial. So I can go with Sanskrit. I can go with many types of text. So with color, I can go with gold, red, blue, silver, pale colors, anything I can go with. So here there's a color called, I can't read it itself. So that's a difficult color. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to change it to gold. So let's see whether gold is there. I can't remember. CTRLS. So I'm going to read it. So gold is there. Can you see that? So gold is a color. So I type gold in capital letters. Why is that? Why did I type it in capital letters? So for what I said at the beginning was HTML is not case sensitive. So whatever I type, whether it's capital or simple, it doesn't matter at all. So whatever I type, it doesn't matter whether it's capital or simple. So I'm going to change this text also. So the style, the font style is what they call as font face. Okay, font face is font style. Okay, so here I'm going to change the style as well. So I'm going to change the style to Calibri, I guess. Calibri. I guess this is spellings. So I can't. So it did not change. So I guess it changed, right? It's changed. Likewise, you can go with any other face or something. Now I'm going to remove the whole face part. What did I get? So I am removed the whole face part. I'm going to save this and reload this. Can you see this? So this is the HTML default type. So this is the default thing. So if this is the default text type. So if I need to change the text type, I can go with face. I can do it. I can change the face. So here, can you see? Just what I pressed was a space. Can you see? I'm getting all those things. I can change the, I can increase the size, space. I can increase the class. There's so and so many features. So what you need is the size, space. That's all what you need. So when I press the face key, can you see this? Face equal and within brackets. These are what you get. So these are what you get. Face equal and within, not brackets, within quotations. So you get it in within quotation. Can you see? Color equal and within quotations only you are going to hit the color what you want. So I'll search for some textiles. So I don't know the names, right? So textiles use. So I can search this. So for examples, so so you can use Times New Roman. Likewise, there are so and so. So here, can you see this? Arial, Times New Roman. These are some. So this is the text that we used already. Word, some. So I'm going to use with Times New Roman. So every single text in your Word, right? In Word, you have some text. So those textiles work here. So CTRL-V. So not every single thing there also. Okay. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload. Okay. So I guess CTRL-S. So reload. So there was not that different. So I'll go with another text. So Times New Roman has no that different. So I'm going to go with Arial. So Arial narrow. We are going to go with Arial narrow. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here. So in IT, so in IT, what you can do is, if you don't know something, you can use your best helper. So can you see the text is changed? Can you see the change? So it has become something like an arrow thing. So I guess you can see that. So if you can't, I can increase the size also. So I'm going to increase the size to 20. So the size is 5 now. I'm going to increase this to 20. So CTRL-S reload. Can you see the size is increased? Likewise, you can do so and so. So why I took some time to explain this is an important part. So this is where you will learn about the element, attribute, so and so. I'm not going to repeat these parts again and again. Okay. So what is this tag? We are going to name this the font tag. So we are going to use a command line to let it know that it's a font tag. So I'm going to paste that. So this is the font tag. So don't write this down. Don't write down these things in your notebook. Okay. Don't write down these things in your notebook. This time waste of time. Then. It's a waste of time to write them down. So these are codes. What you need to do is practical. So even if you can't do the practical now, even in your schools, you have computer laboratories. You can go there and you can go through some codes. So what happens is, however, whatever I teach you, you need to put effort on that. That's where you get the ultimate result. So even within the teaching, you can go to that A pass. But if you need to master something, what you need is your own effort. So not only from the tutor. So I'll help you, but the ultimate result is going to be on your effort. Okay. So we'll go to the next step. So we'll go soon. So it's taking some time. So I started slow. Now we'll go a bit fast. So some tags we have center and we have text formatting tags. So there's something called center tag. Next is text formatting tags. So we'll go with this. So I will need a. So I'll go to the our YouTube channel. So while it's loading, so what I'm going to do now is, so I'm going to take some text. So that's all what I'm going to do. So or else we can copy this part also. We'll get this. Yes. Here you have some big text, right? So here you have a big text. So I'll paste this. So HTML elements, HTML tags, and we have so and so HTML attributes. I'm going to paste that whole part. I'm going to paste that into your Sublime code. So I'm not going to enter any tag. I'm just going to paste. Can you see this? Can you see this? So within that, there were some tags also, IMG tag. So there were images, I guess, within that. For example, so I'll remove these parts. So this is not proper. So for examples, I included them. So I'll save this and I'll show you. Save this, I'll reload this. Okay. Can you see this? I got it with no space. There was not a single space. Can you see this? Every single thing here comes into just lines, just line by line. There's no space, there's no formatting, there's nothing. Every single thing we have to do that. Can you see? You know that first I had ICT here. Can you see? The first font tag I use is this. So the next font tag I used was ICT, just to open and show you. So just a font tag. So you no need this font tag itself, because if you are going to just open and close a font tag, you no need a font tag, because in HTML, if you type something within the body, it's going to be ultimately font. Okay. So can you see here it's ICT. So here it's ICT. You can see that, right? Here it's ICT. Within that ICT, after that ICT, there's not a single space. Can you see the HTML element? It starts from here. So after HTML element, we have a line here. We have a line. So we have a line break. So is it there applied into your website? No. HTML element. So it starts with the next line. It is a main structure. Line by line starts. So it's just messed up. So it's just messed up. So every single thing you need to edit is it must be done by yourself. So HTML is not going to help you with that. Every single thing you need to do, you are going to do it by yourself. After HTML, I'm going to enter some space. CTRL-S. So I'm going to reload. Is that going to work? No. Those are just empty codes. That doesn't matter to HTML. What matters to HTML are tags. So what I need to use is a paragraph tag maybe. So there are center tag. So we need to talk about center tag also. So I'll use this for to center. I'll change another thing. So I'll show the center tag and we'll go to that. So we'll start with C. So I get the center tag. I'm going to enter that. I'm going to paste ICT. Easy. CTRL-S reload. So can you see that ICT made easy was in the center now? Can you see it's in the center? So I need some space, right? So it's just like a mess. The whole thing is like a mess. So I need some space. So what I'm going to enter add here are BR. BR. What does that mean? BR means break. So BR does not have a starting or ending tag. What does that mean? It has a starting, it has no ending tag. What does that mean? It's just a break, right? You need a break. You don't need a break in between something. You just need a break. You just need a break. Okay. So there's nothing coming inside that. That it's just simply break. BR. TTRS reload. Now see, you get a space, right? So can you see this line? After ICT made EC, these both are separated. You got that, right? So if you need some more space, you can enter another BR. So I'm going to enter BR, I'm going to save that, I'm going to reload that. So you get some more space. That's how HTML works. Every single thing you are going to do within this, it should be done by yourself. Okay. So I'll use command line, so it's easy for me to identify as well. So we'll copy this and we are going to enter tab CTRL. So it's going to paste. So here we learned about the center tag. So this is the center tag. Next is the break. So this is line break. What is this? Line break. Okay. So I'll save it as BR tag itself. Break. I'll save it as break tag. So this is line break. Line break tag. Okay. So it's organized. Okay. So I wrote lots and lots. So I'm going to say that I'm going to reload. Nothing happened because so command lines have no effect. Okay. Command lines have no effect on the code. Okay. So let's continue. So this is not like an ordinary web page. So if you go to google.com, if you search through websites, so can you see these are websites, HTML format, there are so and so. These are links, hyperlinks for the websites. So those are organized, right? Those are neat. Those are beautiful. So those are attractive at last. However, it's attractive. It's easy for us to go through. So we learned about them, how to make them attractive. We learned every single thing on the beginning. So on the beginning of the lesson, we learned about it. Can you see this? So these are content management. So it should be easy to use. So can find information by the use of fast. Those things we learn. We learn how to make it attractive. We learn them. So you can implement them. Okay. So I'll go and separate these texts. So I'm going to use some formatting text. What does that mean? Text formatting. What does that mean? Making it more beautiful. So what I'm going to do is, so can you see this HTML element here? So this is a heading, right? HTML element is a heading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bold that. B. That's bold. So if I just enter that B, nothing is going to work because it has a closing tag as well. So it's I'm going to save that. So can you see HTML element was bold? Can you see this? It's bold. Okay, you can see this, right? It's bold. So I need some lines. So I need the other things to be in a paragraph. That's a paragraph, right? So the whole thing here, it is a main structure until here, HTML tag. These both of these are paragraphs. So it's a those are points. So I'll consider it as a paragraph. So I'm going to do enter the P tag. P means paragraph. What does that mean? P means? P means paragraph. So see what happens. So peak time, CTRS. So I close that. Can you see? It was organized as a paragraph. Can you see this? It was organized as a paragraph. Likewise, every single small detail is just is in your effort. It's in your hand. So even if you need to make a small change in the website, it should be done by yourself. Okay. So not only bold, we have more and more text formatting elements. So I'll use this here. So the other topic is HTML tags. I'll use U. What does that mean? U. U means underline. B means bold. So underline tag is also closed. I'll save that. I'll reload that. Can you see here HTML tags are underlined? Okay. Now I'm going to use the paragraph tag. So P. I'm going to close that. So here is where the paragraph ends. Where's the paragraph end? So HTML here. This is where paragraph ends. So we'll close the paragraph tag here. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload that. Likewise. So here this thing is bold here. So sorry. So this thing here is bold. This thing is center. So we have used formats here. So this is underline. So next thing I'm going to do with HTML attributes is I'm going to make it italic. So I for italic. I for italic. I'm going to do is I. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload that. Okay. So can you see this? It's italic. So next is I'm going to include a paragraph. So likewise, you can format your website as per your wish. So can you see? First thing is bold, next thing is underline, next is italic. Likewise, we can do so and so. Not just these. You have lots and lots. Okay, you have lots and lots of font formatting types. So I'll show this. So here can you see bold, italic, underline, empathize, cite, through, superscript, subscript, superscript. So this one, mark you, MARQUE. This is a special type. Okay, I'll show that to you as well. Okay, so there are lots and lots. You can try them. So I'm not going to show every single thing. So everything is same. So give me a second. So everything is same. So I'm not going to show you everything. So I'm going to show you the mark you. So that's something special. So I'll make this center tag. After the center tag, so I'll after everything I'm going to put and thank you. So I'm going to QUEE. This is going to be the spelling. Okay. So I'm going to close that as well. So I'm going to close that. Mark Q is closed. Now what I'm going to do is end. So we had a note. So that's the end of the note. Okay. So CTRL-S. I'm going to reload that. So I'm going to the bottom. What can you see here? Can you see this? End is moving here and there. Can you see? It's moving from left. So it's moving from right to left. So this is a special type. This is also a font formatting using HTML. So this is in your book as well. So you have subscript, superscript, strike through, which will cut the text from the middle. Likewise, there are many things, many things. So I leave them for you to try them. So everything is going to work on the same way. Okay. So I'm not going to waste time explaining one by one because your time is precious. Your time is precious. You have just 3 more months. So we'll go to the next part. So I guess everyone understood. If everyone understood every single code till now, okay, just raise your hands. Just raise your hands. So I need everyone's effort. I need everyone's effort. So if you understood every single code, just raise your hands. So it will not take a big time for you guys. That's a not big effort to raise your hands. So just everyone, if you didn't, just drop me a message. You didn't understand something. So it will be easy for me. So these are font formatting types. So I guess everyone understood, right? So these are font formatting types. Okay. So most of the students have raised their hands. Okay. So I can go with the class now. So continue with the class. Okay. So you can raise down your hands. So if you need these codes, I'll send it to you. So I guess you don't need these codes because if you use these codes, that will not be the perfect reference for you guys. I'll show you, I'll send you a reference if you want. Okay. So to the group. So this is a basic HTML website we build up till now. So now we need to learn something important. Okay. All the time till now, what we learned was the basics of basic. We just made some fun with texts. What we did was we just made some fun with text. Every single thing we did until now was with text. So we have images, we have videos. So videos does not come under your syllabus, so I'm not going to do that. So everything is going to be focused on your syllabus. So we have hyperlinks. So there are something called forms. So that is also not in your syllabus. So we are going to skip that one. So there are many things you can do with HTML. If after your levels, so this is a professional course, right? So HTML is something professional. So if you wish, we have some time to spend. Yeah, however, you are going to have lot of time after your levels. So you can spend that time on a good thing like HTML. So if you master this, there are people who are going to pay you do this kind of stuff. So not only the basic, you need to master it. Okay. So I'll go to the tube now. So we'll go to the next part. So now what we have is image tag, inserting and formatting an image. What are we going to do? Inserting and formatting image. So we'll go fast. We'll go a bit fast. Now we are a bit, okay, we are on the track now. We are on the track. So I'm going to paste this thing. So what we are going to do, image tag. So, so these are only to my reference. So image tag. So what is the image tag? Image means IMG. So everything's are like short forms, right? P for paragraph, U for underline, I for italic, B for bold, BR for break, So likewise, everything are short forms. So likewise here, IMG is the tag. IMG. So that's the tag. Can you see? When I click IMG, so I'm going to enter this. What did I get? IMG SRC. What is that? With the IMG tag, you can't do anything with only the IMG tag, because for every single image, so not like the font. The font is just the font. Image, you need a source. The font you are going to type on the code itself. That font you are using is typed on the code, but the image is not so. Image is saved in a desktop, saved in a desktop or in any single anywhere on your PC, and that is shown on the web page. So already I have saved the image in my desktop. So what you need to do is, so this is something you have saved in the desktop. For this to work out, you must have saved this in the desktop. Huh? So this is where many people get errors. So even in my exams, when I was schooling, so we did the edX, so not the edXL, the Oxford book for ICT. So in that book, they give you practical tests. So not like the O levels, you get practicals. Okay. So for that practicals, what you need is, you need to know every single thing with this. You can't do like the O levels. So O levels is easy. I'll tell you why. So I'm going to open the properties. You know how to open. So this is the image. I have saved that logo. So our logo is the image we are going to insert. So I'm going to left click. I'm going to go to properties. Can you see this properties? So if you are using Windows 10, you will get it like this. So I'll show you how you will get it. So, so this is what you get in Windows 10. So under this is how you get in Windows 10, and the last one is going to be properties. So Windows 10 is different, Windows 11 is a bit different. Okay. So I'm going to left click this. So or else I can use the shortcut. Alt enter is the shortcut. I'm going to go here and I'm going to press Alt 10. Okay. What I get is this thing. Properties. I get this thing. So what you need to do is, you need to copy this thing. Can you see here? The text. CTRL. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste this on my website. What am I going to do? I'm going to paste this. So I'm going to paste this into this quotation. Okay, I'm going to paste this logo. Can you see this? IMG SRC. SRC means source. Image source equal this one. I'm going to save this. I'm going to reload this. So did I get the image? So did I get the image? No, right? See, can you see? This is what you get. Can you see here? So it is like an error code. So this is an error code with HTML. So if I have done some error in my code, what I get is this. This is what I get if I have done some errors. So my file, what is the error I did? So this is a PNG file. So what I'm going to do now is .png. I'm going to try that logo .png. Now I'm going to save that. Going to reload that. So now did you get that image? So this is large in size. So I'm going to make it smaller. So I'm going to do is, so I'm going to insert another attribute width. So width, I'm going to make it around 200. So 200 is a small size. Okay, it's around 1000 now. So 200 is enough size. So 200 is very small, I guess. So 200 is too small. I'll make it around 500. So 500 is okay, I guess. I'll give. Okay, 500 is perfect. So can you see? So can you see this? So what happened? Why didn't I get the image at first? So what I did was, I paste first. What I did was the error. So I did it intentionally. So I needed to show you how you get the errors. Okay. So what I did at first was, I copied this thing. This is logo. This is the name. So what type of file is this? Can you see this? In the brackets, it has .png. So we are going to have a 5 minutes break in some time. I'll tell you when we are going to have the break. Not 5 minutes. We are going to have it just 3 minutes. Just for you guys to refresh. So you can't go there, here and there. Don't leave the meeting. Don't do bullshit. So just stay in the place. If you want, you can drink some water. So eat at something like apple, or you can do those kind of stuff. So just be at time. Okay. We'll give you a 3 minutes break in time sometime. So can you see this? So this is the logo name. Can you see this part? .png. So the dot is very small, so I can't see it clearly even. So I'll copy this and show you if you want. So here it has .png, right? That's the file type. So likewise, you need to enter the file type also. Okay, you can't enter only the name. You need to enter the file type also. I did it intentionally. So Another thing what you can do is here. So that's all in your syllabus. So that's out of the syllabus. So you can do some other things as well. So that's out of the syllabus. We will not need to go for those kind of things. So your syllabus is enough. So this is enough for you to do your O-level paper. So next part. So we did until the image tag. So it's sharp 8. So we'll have a 3 minutes break. So this is not only for you guys, it's for me also. My throat is just aching now. So I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to have a small refresh. So we'll have a 3 minutes break. So after 3 minutes, so we'll continue. So don't go here and there. Just stay at place. Let's continue. So okay. So I guess you can see the screen. So let's continue the class in 3 more minutes. Okay, let's get back into. Before starting, just make sure that you can see me and hear me clearly. Just drop me, raise your hands so I can confirm whether you can see me and hear me clearly. So before start, raise your hands. So if you can see me and hear me, raise your hand. So, I guess right. Okay. So give me a second. Let me start. Okay. So let's get into the lesson. So I guess now you can see me clearly. Everything's fine. So with images, you can. So we stopped at images. So with images, you can do something also, something more also. So you did a width. So I decrease. I'll decrease the width to 300. So Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a border. So you have can add borders. So border is going to be gold. So not gold. The border is going to be I'll put 3. So I'm going to save CTRLS. So I'm going to reload. So can you see you got a small border. So with 3 now it's 3. Okay. So if I increase the number, so the border will increase its size. Okay. Okay, now it's 3. I'm going to make it 10. So let's see how big it gets. So, okay, right, it just large, becomes large. So that's how it works. So give me a second. So let's, uh, so before going deep into the lesson, so there are some more things. So the students can raise down their hands if they have doubts. So you can use the chat box. So everything you do, yeah, you'll get doubts ultimately. So whatever it is, you'll have doubts. So you can use the chat box, or you can drop a message through WhatsApp. So chat box is easy when you are connected through Zoom. So one more thing is just try to join the live sessions. It's better than the recordings. So we have our revision class. We are starting it on September. So all our revision class starts at September. So we have around 5 students till now. So through this workshop going on. So I guess I hope you guys to join to that. So we have our YouTube channel ICT Made Easy. So just make sure to subscribe that as well to get the latest updates regarding the classwork. So let's get into the lesson. So we were learning about image. So we used attributes like source, width, and border. So we did the attributes and we entered the values. So next we are going to use color. So not color. So there are some lots and lots. So you can go with some new attributes. So images are enough because in all levels what they are going to test is just this part. What they are going to test. So all the other things are additional. So we'll stick with the O levels because we are going to have your O levels in 3 to 4 months, right? So having unnecessary things in your head is unwanted at the moment. So if you were joined with our grade 10 theory class from the beginning, so I mean when you were grade 10, so there were no class. So we started it. So if you had joined, so then I could have teach all this stuff. So wait, I missed it. So wait, give me a second. So so this is what was it was. So now I'm going to go to the next thing. So we are going to go with a new tag. So we are going to make lists, I guess. So let's go to the new tag, see what we are going to do now. So inserting and formatting a paragraph. We did this, right? So we did the paragraph tag. So we are going to do inserting lists. So there are 3 types of lists. How many types you have? 3 types. Okay. So I'll give you time to write them down. Okay. So we'll do the practical part. So you can write them down even in the next class. So try to do stick with the practicals. So that's the important part. That's the part they are going to test. So they are not going to test any single theory regarding this lesson. I can confirm that. Okay. So if you are joining with our revision classes, I'll make you feel like you have already written a all paper. So you'll get the chance to join our grade 10 classes, theory classes, live classes. So you'll stick with the O-level paper structure. We are going to go with the O-level paper structure. So we have ordered a touchpad so it's easy for us to write the answers on the paper itself. So it's easy for you guys. So that's we are putting 100% effort. So all what we need from your side is to join the classes. Just focus. So we need what makes us happy is your result. So that's our ultimate target. We are going to make sure that you are going to get the best result you can. Okay. So one more thing is, so this is a free workshop. Try to add students. So and ask mature students to this workshop. So we have friends of you. You are going to school right now. So if you have friends of you, so I guess it's the vacation these days. Although it's okay, no problem. So you can add your friends. So tell them to request the recordings. If they watch the recordings, they have interest in my teaching. So they will join as well. Okay. So let's get into the lesson. So there are three types of lists: ordered lists, unordered lists, and description lists. Okay, there are three types. We'll look them practically. So we are going to do with list tags. So we'll go with list. So this is what we are going to learn. Okay, so I'll enter. So this is how we start lists. So UL. What does that mean? UL means unordered lists. Okay. So next thing is UL is unordered list. So other thing we have is ordered list. Okay. So that's also a thing. The other one is description list. So that's DL, description list. Okay. So we learn them, three of them one by one. Okay. So under a list, we are going to learn ordered list, unordered list, and description list. Okay. So we'll go to unordered list first. Okay. So we'll go to unordered list. So unordered list, UL means unordered list. So LI, we are going to use another tag inside unordered list. This is what we call LI. So this is a LI tag. Okay. So I'm going to open this LI tag. I'm going to close this as well. So I'm going to close this as well. So I opened it and I closed it as well. Okay. So we'll keep them apart. So we are going to do with unordered list. So I'll copy this. I'll paste this several times. So I'll enter something. So we'll make it ICT maybe. Sorry. So this is what we are going to copy. So you'll see the output one by one. So UL means unordered list. LI means list. LI list. So so you'll get that. So I have inserted that 4 times. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to reload this. Let's see what's the output. So can you see this? ICT made easy. ICT made easy. So this is not how it works. So give me a second. So something happened. So give me a second. So first of all, unordered list LI. So it's correct. So there's some error. So let's see. Let me see. Give me a second. So this happens. Okay. So when you code, so you get errors. So you need to correct it for yourself. Okay. So let's save this. I'll reload this. So wait. So wait. So give me a second. So what I am going to do is now I'm going to give some types. So I just entered unordered list, right? So this is unordered list. So I'm going to enter a type as well. So that is what I do. So type unordered list type equal. So wait. So I'm going to enter type. So I'm going to disk SK. So not SK. This. So unordered list type equal this. So sorry. So I got the mistake I have made is IL. So it's going to be LI list. So that's what I have made in mistake. So that was a typing error. I copied every single thing. So I have copied it in a wrong. So you get these kind of errors when you do also. So correct it. So I'm going to close the UL. So that's why I was wondering. So what did I make mistakes? So that was a typing error. So that is LI list. I sent it to you in words, but I didn't. I have written the wrong thing. Okay. So that's why I was wondering what happened. Okay. So let's continue. So can you see this? What did you get? So you got it in a list. So even if I remove this part, type equal disks, nothing happens so because that is the default way. So this is the default thing. Can you see? Nothing happened. So if I change the type, so disk is the default type. So if I change the type from disk to something else, I'm going to change it to square. I skip square. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to reload. Now you get a difference. Can you see that? It was in square. So that is the unordered list. Now we are going to do ordered list. So we'll go with ordered list. I'm going to copy this. So paste that. So we are going to change this to OL. So that is ordered list. So that is ordered list. So LI. So ordered list means the type is not going to be square for sure. Ordered means what's the difference? Unordered means there's no order. Can you see? ICT made easy, ICT made easy. So there's no order. So that is those are with bullets. So ordered list means it numbers everything. So I'll show you. So I have given not I have not given a single type. So I'm going to reload. Can you see this? Can you see this? What has happened? So ICT made easy comes in numbers. And one more thing you see is these are in border and the numbers are in a center like thing. Okay. So you can change the type. So I'm going, there are lots of type. So if I enter I, so if I enter capital A, so I'm going to enter capital A. Okay. Under type. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to reload. So it will be like A, B, C, D. So I'm going to enter capital I. So caps lock I. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to reload this. So what it this is capital I means it's like Roman numbers. I means it's just like Roman number one, right? So there are many types. Okay. So the other thing is description list. So I'll show that to you as well. So description list, what is that used for? I'll show you. So first we'll make description list CTRL-S. So we'll paste that. So that is DR description list. So, although it's in capital, not no problem. But so there are some ethics, right? So it's like an ethic for me. So I use simple letters. So that's my practice. So I'm not going to use any types. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload it. So what did you get? So what did you get in a description list? So description list, right? So that is going to be DL lines. DL. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload it. So this is what you call a description list. Okay. So this is our unordered list, this is ordered list, and this is description list. So under description list, what you get is not LI. That's what I wanted to show you. So ordered list and unordered list are same. Okay. Ordered list and unordered list are same. But description list, can you see? This is like a ordered list, right? Came as a ordered list because I have used the LI tag. What does that mean? So description list means there are some things like description data, description title. Those are the things with description list. So I'll tell you what description lists are used for. So we'll go to practical situation. So I'll show this. Okay. So I'm going here. So you get. So I'm going to search for top movies of the year. Okay, so I'm going to search for top movies. So I get lots of movies. Okay, under that, can you see under this? So if I go down here, so this comes in points, right? So this is a description. So this is a heading. So these are lists. These are what we call description lists. So I'll show you in detail. So we'll do it and we'll see. So this is where many people confuse. So under description list, you don't get them. How don't you get them? Like in order list. So order list and unordered list are different. Description lists are different. Okay. So I'm going to use a BR tag here. Yeah. So here also I'm going to use a BR tag. I'm going to say that. Okay. So we got a break. So description list. So we learned about description list. So this is how description lists work. So DL, that's the heading for description list. And DT, what does that mean? Description title. We are going to open description title and we are going to. And DD, DD means description data. And the next DD means description title, again description data. So we are going to copy the whole thing. We are going to see the code, how it works. So we'll copy it. So I can write it for myself as well, but time matters, right? So I'm going to remove this part also. So I'm going to paste that. So description list. So I'll align that. So this is going to be description data. So Give me a second. So I'm aligning it. Why am I aligning it? So that's how neat codes work. If you need a neat code, so if you need your code to be easy for you to read, first of all, so others is a part. For you to understand your code, you need a neat code. So see, just look at my code, how neat it is. Just see how neat it is. If you are not doing it in a neat order, you will mess it up for yourself. Okay. So I'm going to save this. So I'm going to reload that. Reload that actually. So CTRL-R. So I reload it. So can you see? Main subject was this. So these are this and this. Okay. Can you see that? Can see that, right? So these are what we called as description list. I showed you a live example itself. So here, can you see? So description list. So these are bullets, right? These are bullets. Likewise, you have description lists. So these are rank. So this is how you get description lists. In your textbook itself, you see description lists. Lots of description lists. You see them. So I have got on this picture. So can't you hear me? So I have gotten message that you can't hear me. Just raise your hands if you can see me and hear me clearly. If you can't see me and hear me, just raise your hands if you can see me and hear me clearly. Yeah, raise your hands faster. So I guess yes, you can. So I guess it's a connection problem with that student. So let's continue with the lesson. So did everyone get everything I taught you until now? So raise your hands. So if you have raised, so just put a U if you understood in the chat box. If you put a U, it means you understood the lesson. So just put a U in the chat box. Will take just 2 seconds for you guys. So make it fast. So if I get you from around 5 to 6 turns, just make it fast. So I get some responses. So I get around 5 responses. So I guess right? I get you understood. So HTML is easy, not that hard, but when it comes to practically, so you are doing it, you are just looking what I'm doing, right? So when you do it on your own, you get your own mistakes. Okay, you get your own mistakes. So human nature is to do mistakes. It is you who should correct them. Okay. So we did the lists as well. So now we are going to have some breaks. Okay, some BR tags. So if there's any problem with my connection, so if you can't see me or hear me, what you just need to do is just drop me some messages. Okay, so I can do what I can do in my side. So I'm going to enter some. So why am I entering these kind of breaks? So it's easy for you. We have some break here. So we have some break. So the next thing we are going to do is inserting hyperlinks. That's what we are going to do. So give me a second. So we are going to do hyperlinks. So what did I open now? So I have searched example for textiles used the HTML. What did you see? These are hyperlinks. So see my cursor. So this is my cursor. You can see my cursor, right? Now when I'm going near these searches, can you see? It turns into a hand symbol. That means it's a hyperlink. That's a link. So if I press that, I'm going to redirect to another website or another web page. Those are hyperlinks. So for us to make hyperlinks, what we use is we use a tag called A. A, that's the tag we use. We are going to use A. A href. This is what we are going to use. A href is what we are going to use. What did we use? A href. So A is the tag name, href is the attribute. So we need to close this as well. So we are going to close the tag. So sorry. So we are going to close the tag as well. So within this, I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to go to the YouTube channel, our class YouTube channel. So in this YouTube channel, what I'm going to do is, so I'll explain it to you until it loads. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open a video or a song or whatever. So in my YouTube channel, so if I go to my YouTube channel, I will get some links, right? So I no need to go to my YouTube channel itself. So I can copy this part is enough. Can you see youtube.com? Can you see this part? So this is also enough for me. So if I paste this, so I'm going to search here. So you can search for anything. You can search for songs, whatever you want. So I'll search for ICT made easy. So this is our YouTube channel. So we started it the last week, I guess. There was the YouTube channel, so I'll subscribe. So now only I am subscribing to the YouTube channel. So you also need to do the same. So what I'm going to do here is, so can you see youtube.com at Shabir Misbah. So at Shabir Misbah, this is what you get. So I'm going to copy this. So this will redirect to my YouTube channel if I use this in a proper way. So now I'm going to insert that link. Okay, I'm going to insert that link. I'm going to paste that. What did I do? Paste. So I'm going to copy that, I paste that thing. Now I'm going to save that, I'm going to reload. So what did you get? You got nothing. Why? What I pasted does not matter if I didn't insert any text. So if I insert some text only, it will work. So subscribe. I'm going to subscribe to my YouTube. So this is what I'm going to pay. Type. So I can save that. So wait, I think. So I did it in the wrong place. So I wrote it in the wrong place. Cut that. Sorry. So I need to cut this part. So these are used to, if you go to a website like Google or YouTube. So every single time, okay, every single time you use. So if you go to another video, okay, if you go to another video or if you go to anything, so can you see, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you can see that. So I'll continue with what I was talking. So even in YouTube, now I'm going to YouTube, okay. So can you see? So I need to open this video. So this is my cursor. So you have now is my cursor. So if I go near this video, it changes to a hand like symbol. That means every single time you're opening a video, every single time you're going to something else, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? You are going to redirect into a new web page. You are going to redirect in a new page. So this is a different page. So all this time you are just making a small basic page. This looks terrible. For me, this looks terrible. So this web page looks terrible. So you can make this more beautiful. So every single time, so just guess how many YouTube web pages does YouTube has? It's going to be in thousands, more than thousands. It's going to be literally millions of pages. Okay. So I'll touch that. Okay, I'll touch that. What happens is it will load in this page itself. So what will it load? It will load to the page where I was. Can you see? It loaded to the same page. Can you see here? 747 ICT made easy. Here also it's 747 ICT made easy. So I'm going to undo this. So one more thing I can do with this is, so this is, I gave the href tag. Now I'm going to give a target. This is what I'm going to give. Target equal blank. So what did I do now? So now I didn't save this. Okay. So I'm going to press this link. Okay. So I didn't save or reload. What happened was the page was reloaded. The page loaded the link in the same page, right? So for me to go to the code, so for me to go to the website back, what I need to do is I need to go to this. I need to go backwards. So I need to press that thing. So if I need my website to be open and everything I type, so every link I press to be in a new page. So this is what I can do. I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload that. Okay, I'm going to reload that now. Now what happens is, now if I press, it will go to the new page. Can you see? So my code is here itself. So I guess this is not in your book. So I gave this is one of the important tags. Okay. So that's an example. So you guys too go and smash that subscribe button. Okay. So let's continue with the lesson. So we learned how to insert tags as well. So you learn how to insert tags, not tags, sorry, hyperlinks as well. So now we are going to insert tables. Okay. Now what are we going to insert? Tables. So until now, we have inserted many things. We have done many things. Now we are going to do tables. So before going to the tables, this small a, can you remember? The small a before the href, that's the tag we use for hyperlinks. So the name of the tag I forgot to say, that's the anchor tag. That's what we call the anchor. Anchor means, you know, anchor, right? So that's used in, so not the anchor you drink. So that's used in sea. So this is the anchor. I'll show images. So this is used to stop the. So this is not the anchor you are talking about. This is the anchor you are talking about. So these are used to stop ships. So likewise, these are name given to that tag. Okay, that's the anchor tag. So now we are going to insert some tables. So we'll go and copy down this part. So why am I copying every single thing? So why am I using this command list? So for me, it's easy. So one day, if I need to refer this again, so I'm not going to refer this again. So if I need it, it's easy for me to go through. It's easy for me to do whatever I want with this. Okay. So I can edit this in the future. That's why I'm using. So we go with the table tags. So in table, we have table, row, table, data, TD, TR, likewise, so and so. So it will take time to write them. So I thought of copying. So I have given a copy format, right? So we can write it for ourselves. So I can copy it with this source. Here I have table, certain I guess. So table. So this description and can you see? Even in this also I have inserted everything. So I can understand everything is. So where is the table? Just mark here. Yes, there's no table in this. I inserted a table as I did. Here can you see table? Table is there. So this is a huge table. So, so without copying it, I think it's better if I do it for yourself because table is one of the hardest parts. So we'll keep this as the reference and we'll do. Okay. So table in a table. So I'll show you something. This is the table type. So this is a table. So this is a large table. So I'll show the output if you want also. So this is the table type. So shall I open the output as well? So ICT online. This is where I have stored every single thing. So in the next class, we will write down the notes for this, what we've learned. So, and moreover, what we will do is, we will do the papers. So this is the website I have created for you guys. So there's every single thing you need to know in this website. So one more thing I forgot was, so when we change the color of a font, what did we use? I used gold color. Can you remember? So that what I used was GOLD. That's what I used. Can you remember here? So I'll show that to you later. So we'll go with the table text now. So this is the table output. Can you see how beautiful table is? It is. So in this table, so we'll start from the beginning. So we'll start with our code. So this is the table. So we are going to start with, so in a table, so I need to show this to you. So in a table, there's two places, table head and table body. So this is T head. Can you see? This is T head. That's the table head. And that table head, we are going to have the table rows. And this is the table body. We have table body, we are going to have the content. So table body starts here. So table body, what's the difference between them? So table head is highlighted. Can you see here? Table head is highlighted. Table body is not so. Okay. So let's get into it. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to open a table tag. So TABLE table. So we are going to, if you need with the table, we have something called a caption also. I'll tell you. So we are going to open a table tag, TABL. So this is the table tag. So I'm going to enter that. Under the table, I am going to T head. That's the table head. So we need that as well. So we need a table body also. So T body, BO. So I'll enter. So these are, if you do it in a step methodical order, it's easy. So before doing that, I need a caption as well. I'll tell you what a caption is. So I'm opening a caption. So the caption is going to be ICT made easy. ICT. So that's all. That's the caption. Caption means what's the caption? This is the caption. Huh? So can you see? Overview of ICT concept. This is the caption of this table. Likewise, this is the caption I gave. So this caption is a bit ugly, right? So this is not highlighted like so and so. So I'm going to give a bold also. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to give a bold also. I'm going to give a bold. So I have inserted the B in capital. So what does that mean? That's not going to affect anything because HTML is case sensitive. So I wish it was in simple, but it's okay. Here we have no space also. So within the table, we need some space also. So I'm going to give a B here. So I'll give it to you later. So we'll come to table head now. Under table head, we are going to start with table row. What are we going to start with? Table row. Can you see here? Table, caption, table head, table row. Under that, we are going to have the table heading. Table row, TR. So that's what we are going to have. So, TR. Okay, this is the thing we are going to, sorry, TR, this table row. Okay, so table row. We are under table row, what we are going to have is table heading. So table heading. So this is a bit complex, so don't confuse. So there are we are going to insert three headings. So we are going to go again, go with name, the other. So I'll copy three of them. So you need to have 100% focus. This part is a bit difficult. So this is a bit complex. So paste. We are going to go with three headings. So give me a second. So name, age. So age and number. So that's what I'm going to go. So I'm going to change the A to a capital. So caps lock A. So name, age, and number. That's what we went with. So we'll go a bit fast. So we have a bit no time. So that's the table heading. So I need to enter. So this is the first row. So in tables, how we are going to do is we are going to do row by row. So what I did now is we did the first row. This is the row I did now. So now we are going to go to the next row. So can you see the HTML here? It is two rows are connected here. Can you see? Two rows are connected. That is what we call row span. Here can you see? Two columns are connected. Here, two columns. Description and importance are connected under this thing. So that is what we call col span. That is column span. Row span, col span. Row span and col span. So column span is simply called col span. Okay. Okay, we'll do them later. First, we'll do with this thing. So I'm going to under. So the table head is that. So we are going to have the table head. Now we are going to go to the table body. Under table body also we are going to pay. I'm going to paste the same thing. I'll change the data to the data. So here also we have the space. So give me a second. So before doing that, we'll save this and see the output. So I'll show you the output. Can you see here? ICT made easy name it. So can you see this? So I'll leave some breaks here. Now we'll get some breaks. Yes. So give me a second. So give me a second. I need to test. So, so I need to see whether I have covered every single thing. That's for you. So I'll give lists. So we have done the lists. So ordered list, unordered list, we have done every single thing, right? Okay, I guess right. So I'll save this. I'll read out this. So my table is in the center now. So I can align it to left. I can align it to right as per my wish. So under table, I can go to A, L, I, G, N. So wait, the table A, L. So with the line, I can go to anywhere. So I'm going to go with left. So I'm going to go with left. So I'm going to save this CTR. Yes, I'm going to reload them. So it didn't get one. So table line. So I guess it don't work with tables. So let me. So table. So we'll go. I'll look into that later. So we are going to go with border. BORDER. So we need a border, right? For sure. So border is 20. I'm going to give 20. Save that. I'm going to reload. So 20 is a big border. Can you see? 20 is a huge border. So we'll reduce it to 2. So not 2. So we'll reduce it to 2 is enough, I guess. Is enough. So this is enough, right? This is enough border. So we'll do the remaining parts and we'll go through the other things later. So I'm going to copy this part. So this is a bit of difficult task because, so sorry. So this what will I say? So this is a bit of difficult task. What you need to do is you need to focus properly or else you'll mess this up. So I have pasted it 3 times. So what does that mean? There's going to be 3 columns. Okay, 3 rows under the heading. So this is a table body. So we don't have the TH tag. What do we have? TD. That's table data. Okay, TD means table data. So that's going to be table data. So D. So everything I need to turn to D. Okay. So table data. So table data. Let's do that. So will take some time. So in HTML, it's easy if you copy paste it. If you think of writing every single thing, you'll just it's just embarrassing for you to write the same thing again and again. So copy pasting is the easiest thing you can. So I'm going to copy this part, table row. So I'm going to copy. So I'm going to paste. Paste. Again, I'm going to paste. So I'm going to, under the name, now I'm going to give the name of the student in our class. I guess there's a student called Maria. Okay. So I don't know your correct spelling. So just that's the example. So number is going to be, so we'll give it a number like, so we'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the number. So next one we are going with, so we'll go with, so Fahim, FHIM. So these are the names I get. So we'll give it age 16. So we'll give him 19. So his number is going to be, so these are the numbers. So these are just, so it will take some time to enter. So next one we are going to give is Amar, A-M-A. So that's the name. So age is going to be 10, I guess. Yes. So that's not a real age. I'll just give some. So the table data I'm going to give you total. So these are the numbers. So these are just data I entered. Okay. So I'll save this and show you the out. Can you see the out? It's a beautiful table, right? Name, age, number. It's neat. It's beautiful. Okay, that's all what you need to know with the table. So this is the basic table. So under this you can use. There are lots of things you can edit with this table. So the main thing you need to know is col span and row span. Okay. What you need to know is col span and row span. Okay. So these are the basics. These are enough. But in the O levels, they are testing that col span and row span part. So I'm not going to do any other attributes with table because table is almost complex, right? So other than the other text, the table is the part where you confuse. So you don't get these huge tables. So you get a small table, okay, in your O levels. So under table row, table data, I'm going to call span two things. So what am I going to do? Under this, I'm going to do call span. So what am I going to COLSPAN? So call span, I'm going to do two. What does two mean? Two means I'm going to call span two rows. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload that thing. So what happened? So this Mariam, the number and this. So what happened was, can you see this? There's an error. So I know this error will come. Why is that? So I have given a number as well. Can you see here? I have given a number to him. But if I call span two things, what happens is you'll get no space to the number. You get no space. What has happened here? The name and the age. Under that, both things has come together. Can you see? Here name is different, age is different. So two columns has come together on the second row. Can you see? So one thing needs to be kicked out. So the number is kicked out. So I'm going to remove the table data. So that's unwanted, right? So we don't need some empty space, empty data. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload that. So if you, I guess you understood. So now it's neat. So I'll row span something also. So on the next one, I'm going to do with row span. So on the table, so we did it in the table data, we did the call span. In the table row, we are going to do the row span. Okay. The table row, we are going to do the row span. Where should I do the row? So we do row span here. Here I do row span. So here we have the row span. I'm going to do two. So here also it will kick out something. So I'm pasting it, I'm reloading it. Can you see? So Fahim kicked out that some number. So this is the number which was kicked out. So I'm going to remove that. So wait. So I'm going to remove this number. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload. Now it will be neat, I guess. Yeah, see. So we column span and row span. So I guess you guys understood. Just drop me a message if you understood you. If not, I didn't explain this that much. That's why I'm asking. If not, just no, N. If you understood you, if not, N. Make it fast. If you understood the table things, you need a U. If you didn't, you just need an N to make it fast. So I get both U and N. So I'll explain the base from the beginning once again. So it will take some time. So table. So we are going to learn about table. Okay. Under table, first tag we are going to use is table tag. So we are opening the table tag and we are closing the table tag here. Okay. This is the table tag we are closing. Okay. So I minimize this part. So it's easy. This is the table. Okay. Can you see? Table. This where we open table, we close the table tag. Now we are going to open the things. Okay. So under table, what we have written is caption. Caption tag. Under tables, we have a caption. What is that caption? I have bold the caption. B means bold. The caption is ICT made easy. Can you see this caption here? This is what we get from that caption. So the next part, table head, TH, T head. That is table head. So TH also works, I guess. Table head. So T head is correct. So TH also works. TH is also correct, I guess. So table head. There are two parts in a table. Those are head and body. I'll show you. So these are the two parts. So I showed you we are opening table, we are closing table. So we have a caption for the table. You can have it. If you don't want, you don't need to have a caption. So that's not compulsory to have a caption. So next is table head, T head, and the other part is table body. So there are two parts in a table. That's the table head and table body. Those parts need to be in a table. Table. So if you need a caption, you can have a caption. If you don't want, you don't need. Next part you are going to have is table head. Under table head, we are going to have some data. Next part you are going to have is table body. Under table body also you are going to have some data. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open only the table head part. Under table head part, what have we done? Table row. So that's the first thing. We are going in a row format. So this is how we go. I'll annotate and show you. So this is how we go in HTML. You go row by row. So I'll show you. So this is how we go. Row, this is the first row. This is the second row. This is the third row. And this is the fourth row. Okay, this is how we go. Okay, this is how HTML works. Okay, so I just showed you an annotation. So I'll repeat it. So follow my spotlight. So that is how table row works. That is what we call table row. Next, in the table row, we are starting the row. What does that mean? Table row means we are starting the row number 1. So this is table row starting tag. This is the ending tag. What does that mean? The table row ends from here. So we have only 3 tags in the table row. What are they? In the table heading. So this is the table heading, right? TH tag, table heading. So the TH tag means name, age, and number. Those are the things we had. Those are bold. Because we use table heading, those are automatically bold. Okay. Yeah. So table heading are the tags we use for that. Under table row, this is the first row. Table row 1. So this is the first table row, right? We are inserting TR tag. The first TR tag means first row. Under the first row, we are having table headings, 3 table headings. First table heading is name, next is age, the next one is number. That's all we have in head. That is the table head tags. So we are going to close the table head. Now we are going to the table body. Under table body, what we have done is table row. So we have what we have done. We have put another table row. So that table row is here. So I'll add the spaces. So it's easy. So we have entered 3 table rows. Can you see? There are 3 rows. I showed you, right? So the total is 4 rows. We have 1 table heading row. Others are table data rows. Okay. The first table row in the table body is the second row of the table. Is the second row. Under the second row, what we have? Table data. So we have used a attribute called span. What does that attribute does? So in the table row, in the second row, so it is in second row, right? 2 columns are going to be connected, are going to be merged. That is what we are doing in call span. In the second row, 2 columns are going to be merged. Has that happened? It's happening, right? In the second row, 2 columns are merged. Name and age are merged. So, and within that merge, what we are going to do? We are going to type Mariam. So, next table data. So, next table data means next part. So, we have given the number. Number is 60. That's the number we gave. Okay. That's the number. Likewise, we are going to the next row. So this is table row 2. So this table row 3. The third table row. That means that defines the third row in the table. So the third row is connected to the fourth row as well. Can you see? Fahim. Third and fourth rows are connected. Why is that? We have used the row span. Row span equal 2. That means it connects 2 rows. So if I increase to 3, it will connect 3 rows. Likewise. Okay. So row span equal to, what does that mean? Two rows are connected. So within that row span, we have entered text called Fahim. So, and the next table data. So this is coming under table row 2. Table data is 19. The next thing is, what is the next thing? The number. Next table data is number. So all those comes in the third row. And in the fourth row, what happens is, as we have used whole span in the above row, you don't get to enter anything on the first data. You can't enter anything on the first data. So we have to enter from the next one. So we are using Ammar. That's the name we used. So the next data is 10. So that's all with the table. So if you got everything, just drop me a U now. So the students who dropped N, I just need a U. If you understood, if you didn't, just N again. So just drop me messages fast. So okay, right? Okay, I got the messages. I guess everyone understood. So today, ultimately what we have done is, so what we have done today throughout the class is, we have finished the basics of HTML. We have finished the whole basics. So within 2 hours, just 2 hours of time, we have done every single thing that is tested on your level. We have finished every single thing that's tested on your level. We have finished every single possibility to be tested. So not everything is going to be tested, only a small part from this is tested. So in the next class, which is the class, we are going to know what you have learned. So you will get to know when you answer what you have learned. So what I need you to do is, I need you to watch this recording once again. So today is a Friday, I guess. So this is a Friday. So next workshop we are having on Monday. Not Monday. Yeah, on Monday, I guess. Yeah. According to the schedules, we have planned to have the next workshop on Monday. Before Monday, what I need you guys to do is watch this recording once again. Although you have joined the live classes, you need, so this is something new to you. So maybe you have learned this in school, but there were students who didn't understand the table part. Why is that? They have not taught you properly in the school. Maybe you didn't have a teacher, or you have missed lessons. So you were stuck with the syllabus. So there may be reason. What I need you guys to do is, you need to you need to watch the recordings once again. So next class we will do the papers. So we will ultimately come into the thing that you can get a 10 on 10 in HTML. So this is a 10-mark question. So you'll get the 10 on 10 in HTML. So that's all we have. So other things are just theory parts. I'll cover the theory parts tomorrow. We have a small theory part tomorrow as well. So we will write the today's note tomorrow. That means the note regarding this. We'll write the notes within 1 hour. So I mean everything. We'll cover the whole theory part within 1 hour, and the next 1 hour will be allocated for your papers, for you to do the papers. So we are going to do papers from 2013 to 2026. We are not going to do all the papers. We are going to do some selected papers. So we have our revision classes. I have repeated this twice. So I'm going to do it for the this is the third time I'm going to repeat it. So I guess you guys understood. So this is what you want ultimate. You need to understand. So if we can, so this is what we are going to do in our revision class. We are going to do within 2 hours. We are going to have a revision class for 2 hours every week. So every 2 hours, you get 10 marks in your levels. Every 2 hours, that is what you are going to get. You'll get 10 marks, direct 10 marks in your levels. That's what you are going to get in your theory class, revision class. If you join our revision class, so you will get the 10 marks, you'll get the next 10 marks. So one advantage is you are going to get the grade 10 classes free. So what are the lessons we are going to do for grade 10? We are going to do database. We are going to do number systems, and we are going to do logic gates. Why are we doing those 3 lessons? For you guys. Because so for them also, that's the most important lessons when they come to grade 11. For you guys also, that's the most important lessons you need to revision. So we will end that within. So those are the main three lessons in grade 10. So that is going on a theory format. These are so the lessons in grade 11 are going on a revision format. We are not going to do the whole lesson. We are going to boost up the knowledge you have, or we are going to revise the knowledge you have in your head already. So if you have no knowledge, no problem. So today also we did it from basics. 2 hours were enough for us to get 10 marks in all levels. So ultimately 10 hours is going to get enough for us to get the 100 out of 100. So you will get the result of this in the next class. So what I say to you guys is make sure to join the next class. We are going to cover up the theory. We are going to finish the classes. So in our revision class, we won't do those theory parts. So today, next class, we are going to do the theory parts because in our revision class, we are not going to have time to do the revisions. Because my target is to make you reach that A. That's my target. So what you guys need to do is just need to focus. Okay. So we have 4 more minutes. So before that time ends, we will just go through a revision of what we have done. Okay. So first we started with the structure, doc type HTML, head HTML. We did the title. So within the head, we closed the head. We had the title, only the title in the head. Next thing we have is the body. So with the body, we did the header tags. We did some font tags. We did the center tags. I said you that I forgot one thing. So in the font tags, we have given the color gold. I said you, right? So I'll go to that one part. So here I have given gold. So I'll use this thing. Okay. So I'm going to give CO color. So in this color, you no need to give the specific color, gold or red or something. You can use hex. So I'm going to use red hex. What am I going to search? Red hex. So FF00000. So can you see that? It's the hexacode for Dex. Hexacode. You should have learned this in number systems. So if you have not joined our revision class, we will teach this in our grade 10 class. So I'm going to paste that here. What am I going to paste here? So I'm going to paste that. Okay. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to reload. Can you see it turned to red? So I guess the size is not enough for you guys to see. I'll increase the size as well. So size, I'm going to enter. I'm going to go with 20. I'm going to save that. I'm going to reload. Okay. So it's large, right? So can you see it turned red? So one more thing, I missed that part. So you no need to enter the specific color. You can use hexadecimals also. That works with HTML. So they are not going to test that part in all levels. Okay. That's not that important part. I just said you for you guys to know as a general knowledge. So after that, we did some font formatting tags like bold, italic, underline, and marquee, which is this part. And so it's going still here and there. So after that, what we did was we entered an image. So for that image, we entered a border as well. So here can you see this is the image tags. So what we did is we increased the size, decreased the size to 300, and we added a border of size 10. So next is lists. We did unordered list, ordered list, and description list. So these are the outputs. So you can see them later. You can watch the recordings once more. So next, at last, what we did was table tags. So I explained it to you once again. I'll explain it to you at the last one. So that's the summary. So we have done a huge part today. You have done the whole HTML thing. So today, that's all for today. So will the students who need the recordings, you can get the recordings. You can contact admin. The number is, so I guess if you are willing to join the class also, you can use this number. So the number is 077-456-4305. So this admin's number. So give me a second. So let's continue. So this is the number of admin. So you can write this part down. You can note this number. Anything regarding the class, you can contact this number. Okay. So that's all. So I'll end the meeting for now. So we'll get the notes tomorrow. If you want these things, so these references, I'll give this to you also. If you have a device, you can go through this once more. So that's it. I'll end the meeting. So thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting me. So today you guys were active throughout the class. So that's all. Thank you. I'll end the meeting. So thank you. Bye.